Hi, in this clip I'm going to show you how to add page breaks. I have here a worksheet with 4 tables on it, and if I go to print it up, it's not going to print out on one page. You might want it to, but unless we shrink it down, unless we make all of the text on here a little bit smaller, this is going to print out on 4 pages by default. The page breaks determine where one printed page ends and the next one begins, and Excel is always going to try and put as much information on one page as it can, and the page breaks aren't always where you're going to want them. Let's take a look. Let's go to File and Print and look at our print preview. Now there's page 1, there's page 2, page 3, yeah, that's not good, page 4, yeah, not very user-friendly. Let's go back and take another look. Look here between columns G and H. You see that dashed line? That's a page break. That represents the first vertical page break. So you can see where these page breaks are going to be. Now, if we come down here and look between rows 43 and 44, you see there's another dashed line. So we see our page breaks here, and we can see where Excel wants to print all of this data. We're going to change that. Let's take another look at those page breaks by coming down here to the lower right corner, and you see this page break preview button. If we click there, we get a really good look at our page breaks. We can see the blue dashed line horizontally, and when we come down vertically, now we see where those page breaks are going to be all in one complete view here. So we want to change that. We would like to have it so that each one of these tables prints out on its own separate page. So we're going to add a page break. We're going to come here and in our page break preview, we're going to decide where we want that page break. So we're going to click cell A16 here, right in between rows 15 and 16, because the page break will put it in underneath the row above the selected cell. I'm going to select that cell. I'm going to go to the Page Layout tab, and in the Page Setup section here, you'll see I have a Breaks button. I'm going to click on that, and I have some options: Insert, Remove, and Reset Page Breaks. We're going to insert a page break, and now you see that blue solid line. That's our first page break. Now we can add another one, and we don't have to add it here. Let's go ahead and let's go back to our normal view. First of all, you see between 15 and 16, that dark line, that's our page break. We're going to come down here and we're going to add a page break between 31 and 32. But we don't have to do it only in the page break preview. We can do it here in our normal view. I'm going to click on the Breaks button again and insert page break, and see there's our second one. And I can go ahead and add another one down here so that we have 3. And now if we look at our page break preview, we can see that. Now if we want to reset those breaks, we can go to our Breaks button and click Reset All Page Breaks, and they're gone. We can also drag page breaks. You see this? If I get my mouse pointer here on that horizontal dashed blue line, notice that my mouse pointer is now a double-headed arrow. I'm going to hold down my mouse button, and you see that line becomes gray, and I'm going to drag it up. I'm going to drag it up to where I want it, and I can put it right there. So I can move them too. I don't have to just add them like this. Now I can also add or remove these horizontal page breaks as well. If I slide this back and forth, I can do whatever I want with that. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take it all the way and get rid of that page break. And look at that. Now we have page 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go back to our normal view and let's take a look at our print preview. We're going to go to File and Print. And there's page 1, 2, 3, and 4. So they look a little bit better now. But the thing about it is, right now, by dragging that page break off the page, it's going to shrink all of our data here when it's printed so that it'll fit on one page. It might be a little bit smaller than you want. So you have to kind of be careful about how you use these page breaks and if you try to resize things with the page breaks. In this instance here, one thing we can do is actually change the orientation from portrait to landscape. And now if we go to our print preview, it might be a little bit better, a little bit larger when we actually print that out. In fact, why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and let's go back to our page break preview. Let's get rid of this page break. So I'm going to click here below it, go to breaks and remove. And I'll remove this one as well. So now we have 2 tables on each page. So now you know how to add page breaks. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.